I follow cycling all year round for 10 years now, but I hardly sit on a bike myself. But this year, because of the accident and because of the pandemic, I was able to rediscover cycling. I followed the pro Peloton around the world just to try and capture photos, images, stories, and I'll make those images available to magazines, brands, and organizations. The most beautiful pictures I can make is a sort of a portrait from a rider that just finished a hard race. An exhausted face, a dirty face. It's a fantastic job. I got to know a lot of the riders, a lot of them became my friends. You share their lifestyle. I travel a lot. I'm going to the races, I'm going to the training camps. I go where the riders are. At the start of this season, I was on training camp with the Kristof. I was following them on a training ride, and I had actually a pretty serious car accident where I flipped the car over on its roof. I lost consciousness and I broke my face. It was a very determining factor how the rest of my season would pan out. A couple of months just recovering and getting my face back together. Already in the recovering phase, the first races of the season were up in Belgium, and I was able to cover them, but just basically, and I was still in recovery actually. But as soon as that season started, because of the pandemic and the races were cancelled. So that was like a second blow. But actually for me, that pause in the season turned out to be pretty good for my recovery. Instead of going straight into working with a broken face, I actually took time to heal properly and to get healthy again. And one of the ways to do that was actually to rediscover my bike. And as I wanted to cover more kilometers, very soon I realized I needed a different bike. And that's when I came to Vince. Vince is like the bike guru, the first person you go to actually, to get a bike that's good for you, I mean that fits you. The nice thing about cycling is like it takes you away from all the stress. The only thing you're concerned with is like getting up a mountain, getting up a hill, doing like a nice ride and to just enjoy the landscapes. I prefer riding in the sun, but even now it's like if I have the opportunity, I'll just take my bike and just go, because I was always very good at like try and find an excuse not to go somehow. But every time I sort of overcome that and I take my bike and I go out, whatever the situation is outside, I never regret it going on my bike. The nice thing about riding in the cold is that when you get home, you sort of like defreeze, and that is a fantastic experience actually. This year I rediscovered a little bit time for myself. Instead of chasing the races and chasing my agenda, I just stayed at home and rediscovered what it is to sort of relax again and have a slower lifestyle. That was actually not too bad.